Good morning, it's Gina Wendell here for another Fill You In Friday. And as you know, our Fill You In Friday summer series has focused more on tips and continuing learning over the summer. Last week I gave some back to school tips for parents and students. This week I want to give some beginning school tips for teachers. I've spent over 20 years in education. And there are so many things that I have learned, and if I could go back to my first day in the classroom at Prescott High School, there are so many things that I would do differently as a result of the knowledge and the experience that I've gained over these years. But I just wanted to share a few of them with you to give you some food for thought and hopefully better prepare yourself for when all those little bodies walk into your classroom. Um, I want to encourage you to be thinking about what you expect from your students. Students need to know what the expectations are, and as the adult in the room, we need to be very clear with those. We need to be consistent, and we need to give them time to practice those routines and procedures. You may have a very particular way that you want students to turn in their papers, or to sharpen their pencil, or to ask to go to the bathroom. So you need to think about those things, clearly communicate those things to your students, consistently implement those in your classroom, and give them time to practice those so that they fully understand them. If you're getting students that are new to you, new to your building, new to your grade level, things may be very, very different for them than it had been previously. So I would just encourage you to extend some grace and some learning opportunities for those kiddos so that they can understand your expectations and hopefully meet them. I would also encourage you to plan, and plan some more. There were so many times that I would have planned a beautiful lesson and I would think, oh, well, this will take the better part of the week, and it would take 10 or 15 minutes. And so then you have to monitor and adjust. And you need to have some tricks up your sleeve. You need to have a plan in place so that you know what you're going to do when your lesson is maybe too thin or too thick, and adjust accordingly. And planning well will help you avoid those pitfalls. I would also like to encourage you to be as well organized as possible. You are going to be getting inundated with papers and notes and homework and projects and demands on your time from students, from parents, from other adults in your district. And you need to be as well organized as possible because you don't want to lose any of those things. You don't want to misplace those things. So having a clear system will work well in the long run, trust me. I would also like to encourage you to practice good time management skills. There are times when your individual planning time rolls around and you need to go next door and vent to your neighbor about something that maybe happened that day. You need that. But then there are also times when you need to stay in your classroom maybe and return some phone calls or emails or grade or plan. And as an adult, you need to be able to manage those things and manage them well. So I would encourage you to explore those time management pieces during the school day as well as outside of school. You need to be able to have some fun and enjoy your downtime away from the classroom. So having good time management will hopefully help you strike a good balance between your professional and your personal life. Also, I want to remind you that just because you have a bad day as an educator doesn't mean that you're a bad educator. And it doesn't mean that you're going to have a terrible, horrible, bad year. Sometimes we just have bad days. Kids have bad days, adults have bad days. But the beautiful thing is, every day is a new day. And you can come back in and regroup and be the best that you can be from that point forward. I would also encourage you to smile to your kids. I mean, sometimes you have to make that teacher face and you got to mean mug a little bit, but don't when you don't have to. Smile at your kiddos. Let them know that you care about them, that you want them to learn, that you want to help them learn, and that you are there to support them in that. Because it's really all about building relationships with your kids. Knowing them, knowing where they come from, understanding their backgrounds and their demographics can help you better support them in their learning and help you better develop your instruction to meet those needs. So I would encourage you to spend time just talking to your kids, making those connections, building those relationships so that they can trust you and their parents can trust you with the teaching and the learning that's going to take place in your classroom for the year. So, with all those things being said, We here at the department want to support you in all those things. So if you have situations arise, if you have questions, if there are specific trainings that you need, if there anything that could come up and you have a question or you think that we could support you, please reach out to us, and we will try to get you in the right touch with the right person who can support you and help you find answers for those issues that you may have. I do want to mention an upcoming event on Thursday, August the 23rd at 7 o'clock. ADE is going to be hosting a travelers game for educators across the state. There will be discounted tickets. There will be door prizes, and our very own Arkansas Teacher of the Year, Miss Randy House, is going to be throwing the opening pitch. I've seen some really neat pictures out there of her. I think she's been practicing, and we're excited to see what that evening brings as we celebrate educators across the state. I do want to give a shout out to you all of you teachers and educators. I've seen many of you this summer learning on your own time at professional development events, at different conferences. You are growing and expanding yourself professionally, and we celebrate that, and we appreciate the new knowledge and skills that you're going to be bringing into classrooms across the state this fall. It's supposed to be a lovely, beautiful weekend. I hope that you enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Happy Friday.